Hello and welcome to Rematched. Today I'm going to be reviewing In Vino Morte, and this is also the last review on this channel, aside from possibly some unmatched games. And I'm going to get more into that later, but for now, I spoke about this before, but I wanted to finish on a nice little tiny review, and so that's what I'm doing. I'll talk more about future plans with reviews going forward at the end of this video, so make sure to stick around for that. But without further ado, on with the review. As you can see, this is a very tiny game. I can hold it with like 2 fingers. It's a very wallet-sized game. And In Vino Morte was designed by, believe it or not, Chris Anderson. I know, you're surprised. And it was published by Button Shy and KOZAK Games. Inside here, as far as the box and components go, again, not a box, but you're going to have your cards, and this is all it's going to come with, these nice little wine cards and these nice little poison cards. To finish up the components section of it, here are all of the cards. You're going to have a tiny little rule book here, and then you're going to have a bunch of these cards. Now, how the game is actually played is very simple. I would say it's a good starter game, you know. But for demonstration purposes, I'm going to be showing you a simulated 4-player game, and I'm going to be explaining how you're going to normally play the game. So we have our players, and one of them is going to be the bartender who is serving them their drinks. In this case, let's say that's me. I'm going to have a selection of cards, and for each player, I'm going to choose to either give them wine or I'm going to give them poison. And so secretly, I'm going to select, okay, you're going to get that card, you're going to get that card, you're going to get that card, and I also select my own card. And so I know what all the cards are. But all the players, they do not. And so then, starting with the left from me, this player right here is going to decide whether they want to drink what I gave them, or if they would like to switch their cup with anyone else's. And so let's say they decide to switch with this person's. Okay, they drink it, and oh no, they were poisoned. They shouldn't have done that. And then this continues going around. Each player will decide whether to drink their card they have, or they're going to decide to swap it with someone else. And then at the end of the round, we're going to see, okay, all these 3 survived, this person didn't. So they are now eliminated from the game. These 3, since I was the bartender last time, it's going to go to this person now, to the left of me, and so now they're going to deal out the cards. And you notice this round, I gave only 1 poison out. You can be mean, and they could have totally given out 3 poisons and 1 wine. That's all up to the bartender. And so during the game, there's this really fun thing, where you're trying to guess, like, okay, would they give that to me, or would they not? It is definitely random. You could have pretty much the same thing if you just randomly gave everyone cards. But the small change, just to have the bartender have a physical player do it, and then them knowing the whole time, it's scary. And it leads to a lot of fun moments and kind of thinking through. It's a very short, a very nice game. It's not a game you're going to be like, okay, let's keep playing that over and over again. You're going to play it like 4 times max, and then you're like, okay, I'm good, let's move on to the next game. But I think because it's simplicity, it is such a great starter game. And I realize now that I'm totally getting ahead of myself. I've practically moved off the components and into my thoughts. So, like I said, it is a great starter game, and I do enjoy it. It's very simple. You could honestly play this with normal playing cards, but this was like $12, so I see no reason not to just get the little bit of nicer cards for it. And people enjoy it. It's a very easy game, especially, for non-gamers. You could call it a party game. I think it's a bit more closer. I wouldn't quite say bluffing. Or like I don't know about deduction either. It's a very, I think starter game is the best term for this. It's a fun starter game. If you like Princess Bride, it was inspired by that. And so I personally, again, simple game, but I enjoy it. I've looked at a lot of these smaller games. I've really wanted to get one. And this is the only one so far, these sort of more pocket-sized, smaller games, that I was, interested in. And so I do hope you enjoyed this review of In Vino Morte, which means in wine death. I know there was a cut there. My mind blanked. I promise I did not look it up. It's not that difficult, even if you're unfamiliar. It's pretty self-explanatory. But with that out of the way, let's talk about going forward. This reviews. I said this was the last review, and that's why my other review, I talked about it. I'll recap real quick. I'm not happy with how it was coming out, and the reviews on this channel, aside from this one, they typically take a while for me to film and especially edit, and they are the thing that does pretty much almost the worst on this channel. My unmatched content, that does the best, which makes sense. Although, as far as reviews go, it just doesn't make sense for me to continue them. But I wanted to do one more small review. I wanted to end on a good note. So going forward, without reviews, obviously unmatched content, but again, that is reliant on new unmatched news. And so in the meantime, I'm going to be continuing some of my smaller, more dumb videos. Again, I don't have a better term for that. They are dumb though. And so I'll be doing that. I'll finish the ice cream one. I'll do a strawberry. I know at this point, when this video comes out, I should have the chocolate one done. And so I'll do the strawberry one. After that, I don't think I'll do any more of those. And so then I'm sort of running out of stuff to do. So I probably will stop, and probably I'll just focus on the unmatched news. That'll probably be the only thing I do. Aside from maybe one video that's going to take a little bit longer that I really wanted to do because I thought it was a fun idea. So stay tuned for that. But if you did enjoy this video, if you enjoy this content, feel free to subscribe. Feel free to like. Feel free to comment. That is much appreciated. And as always, have a fantastic day.